What's up guys, it's Jose here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, how to connect to your heart, how to activate your sacred center of your heart. This is super easy. And not only is it easy, but it might just be the single most powerful and life-changing thing you can do for your life, for yourself. Most people are stuck in their heads, thinking way too much. This was me for most of my life. I was stuck, I had anxiety, I was stressed, always emotional stress because I wasn't doing much, like physical things, but I was always stressed. Like every little thing would stress me out. I felt unsafe, I was broke. It manifested itself eventually in my physical body, so I had chronic pains everywhere because I was flooding my physiology with, adrenaline and cortisol every single day. So it literally it hardened my tissues, and it was a mess. And it wasn't until I learned to feel versus thinking all the time that my life completely changed. And now I'm not talking about just feeling, okay? Because many people talk about this. I'm talking about something way deeper, and that is to connect to our heart, to open up our sacred heart center. This is not difficult to do. All you have to do is really, really want it. And the desire to really, really want it has to be pure, has to be authentic, has to be sincere, okay? If you're watching this video, then I know that your desire to connect to your heart again is sincere. Why? Because I know everybody on this planet, this is our souls are crying, like they're desperate for us to connect back to our hearts, because this is essential for us as human beings, as divine entities, okay? This is why I know your desire to connect to your heart is sincere. So let me tell you how you do it. All you have to do, and it might take some practice, okay? It might take some practice. But if you do it every single day, it will happen. It will happen. And there's nothing magical that will happen. You will know when it happens, okay? But don't expect, I don't know what you're expecting, but it will be the most unfamiliar feeling you'll ever feel. In other words, right now, it will be so different from anything you've experienced in your life, but at the same time, it will feel like coming home. You will know exactly what it is. And the only way I can describe it is a sense of, I'm back, right? So the only thing you really need to do is connect to the space that your chest, the center of your chest and your heart, that space, just all you need to do is become aware of this space, right? Now, for some people, it might be a bit difficult to like feel something there. Like most people are not even, like they don't even know what they're supposed to feel because they never felt anything there. But I'm sure you can recall a moment in your life where you felt a lot of love for someone. Maybe you have children, maybe for your parents, maybe for a pet, or maybe just something happened that you really felt grateful for, right? Isn't it true that when you feel this high sense of love or this intense gratitude, that you can feel it in your heart? There's something, there's some pressure in there, there's something that goes on. You literally feel it in the center of your chest. So all I want you to do is to bring your awareness to this area, right? Within, in the center as well, right? Not only on the surface, not only on your skin. And so if that's all. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to do anything other than becoming aware of what is already there, right? You don't have to create anything. You don't have to imagine a feeling. All you have to do is become aware of what is already there. Now, if you have a hard time finding that that point, you know, if you're having a hard time to focus your awareness on a single point, what you can do is you can lay your hand on your chest, 2 fingers right there, whatever, right? Because the sense of touch will help your nervous system to connect to this area of your body, okay? Now, once you are connected to your heart, all you have to do, this might be easier said than done. For some people, I know it's hard, but with practice, it will become easier. All you have to do is connect to your sense of innocence, of love, of sincerity, of authenticity. And you know, you can imagine the scene of a little child trying to get up to try and walk. Or, you know, like animals, a baby cow, I don't know if that's the exact term you use in English, but you know, when it's born and it's trying to get up and then it's running around, and this sense of innocence that nature has, this sense of beauty and love for creation, for a mother, a father that has that love for his child that life has for all its children, right? For its creation. And just feel into that innocence, feel into that freedom, that beauty, that authenticity, that magic, right? You can imagine a little child playing with a cat or with a dog. Just whatever works for you. Maybe you have this memory from back when you were a child, when you were free, when you were, you know, innocent. People hadn't hurt you yet. You weren't conditioned into believing what other people told you to believe. And just sit back into that feeling of just innocence, of love, of not needing to be a certain way, not needing to act in a certain way, not needing to, you know, whatever. Just let it go, let it go. Just sit back into that sense of innocence. And whatever resistance comes up, because there might be some resistance coming up, I want to ask you not to change anything about it. Don't change anything that comes up. All this resistance, the reason there's resistance is because at some point, whatever way you conditioned yourself to believe certain things was useful to you. It was useful information. It was useful to keep you protected. But now I'm asking you to let that go. So all I want you to do when you feel this resistance to going back to this memory of you being an innocent child of life, of God, is to be grateful for this resistance. Be grateful because it was useful to you at some point, okay? So sit back into the innocence and love. And if anything comes up, any resistance, just don't try to change it. Just be aware of it. And be grateful for it. Just focus on gratitude. Focus on gratitude. Focus on gratitude as if your life depended on it, okay? Because it does. Focus on gratitude as if your life depended on it. If focusing on love is easier for you than focus on love, for me, gratitude was the most, for me, it was the easiest way to keep my focus on the truth, right? And so just bring it back. Just bring it back. Don't try to change anything. Don't focus on gratitude thinking, no, I need to feel gratitude. I don't want to feel this. I need to focus on innocence, on love, on gratitude. No. Don't force anything. Don't try to change anything. Simply bring your awareness back to gratitude. Not because you have to feel gratitude, but because you understand that which you don't want to feel is there for a reason. It was your creation somehow, right? So if you can learn to feel gratitude for all the things you are now wanting to let go of because they're not useful to you anymore, then the gratitude will be a natural response. It won't be a forced thing that you feel, okay? If you keep doing this, eventually all the resistance will be cleared out of this sacred center and you'll be back home. At some point, you will feel it more than you can imagine. It will be such a natural and feeling of coming back home. You cannot go back. You cannot go back. And just keep doing this. Keep doing it. Keep coming back to love, to innocence, and to gratitude. Feel it in your heart. Imagine as if it radiates out of your heart, you know, radiating into every single cell of your body, completely surrounding your physical body and radiating out into the world. And just keep coming back to that. Do it like 3 times a day, maybe for 5 minutes, maybe for 10 minutes, whatever. Do it throughout the day. Like every time you feel resistance coming up, connect to your heart. Whatever resistance comes up, feel gratitude for it and feel it in your heart. And that is how you connect to the sacred center of your heart. It's simple, it's easy, and if it's hard in the beginning, it will get easier over time. Trust me, probably way quicker than you think. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.